his players and Jurgen Klopp and his players and the interaction with the referee. Robbie, I'll come to you first. Incredible game to watch. So much drama, so much intensity. What stands out to you most about that 90 minutes of football?
I think Liverpool's mix of hard work, organisation from the managers, some tactical subs later, and quality. The goals, the 3 goals had a lot of quality on all of them, from crosses to the strike from Fabinho at the start. And then, of course, it changes the game. But just that will of Liverpool in that stadium to make sure they didn't give up the lead was a difference for me. For you, Kyle?
Just the timing of putting together one of their best performances, not only of the season, but of Jurgen Klopp's era. The Dortmund project, it was a project. It was about patience. It was about defensive stability. It was about learning about his gegenpressing style. It was about youth players like Götze that he brought in. It was about finding a player like Lewandowski. It was a long process behind an incredible wall of fans, the yellow wall there, that he curated an incredible experience, and it kind of feels like he's done that. And they came so close recently. And I just, at the end of the game, the cup, I honestly thought it was shaking our studio. They were contesting every single throw in. Henderson was a mountain today and is better this season than he was last season. Fabinho better this season than he was last season. Everything is inching towards a 30-year climb up a huge mountain. In the zenith, the last steps are always going to be the hardest, and this was such a difficult game to win.
Is this the season, Robbie?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's not done yet. There's plenty of games to go. You've got to respect Chelsea and Leicester. They're the teams 8 points behind right now. But that's a lot of errors, mistakes, bad days that Liverpool are going to have to make for somebody to catch them. It's their title right now to lose with that gap, the way they're playing. Let's see if they can do it.
Remember, Jose Mourinho before the game, someone who knows how to go win a title, said, whoever wins this game, and he said, well, if Liverpool go to win this game, that's it. He said that at that point it's just control. I don't know if they know control, but man, they know how to win right now, and winning today and how they won, I think, was a massive statement.
They have in their ranks, of course, many special players, but how about the fullbacks? Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson just spoken in the tunnel.
I'm joined by Liverpool's flying fullbacks. Boys, just how
to the league, and you know, this year it looks like it's going to be the same. Obviously, there's other teams round about us, and we need to be wary of all of them. But to play a big game like this at home and to get that result was massive for us.
What do you think was key to getting that result today?
I think the first goal, to be honest. I don't think we started the best. I think they started on the front foot, had 2 corners in the first minute, and I think the first goal was always going to be the important factor. Fabinho hits an absolute worldie into the top corner, and after that I think we've done pretty well in the first half to get back in front, and then we knew the next goal was crucial in the second half, and luckily Sadio got it. Last 10 we dug in, and you know, we defended everything that they threw at us.
Trent, if the first goal was crucial, equally crucial was a penalty not being given against you for handball. How worried were you at the time?
Obviously, yeah, you know, there's VAR. Obviously, I think it has hit me hard, but I think it might have hit Bernardo Silva's first. But it's one of them where you have to carry on playing, and then. Yeah, we went down the other end and punished them. They were complaining about the goal, the handball and that, but like I said, we went down the other end. Fabinho was a wonderful strike, and we went 1-0.
Also as well, the second goal, a beautiful ball in. It's becoming a feature of this play, isn't it? The full-backs as the assisters.
Yeah, look, obviously Trent's done an unbelievable diag, and I've just had a bit of space, and I've seen Bobby and Mo run into good spaces, and I knew if I could put it in there, then one of them would hopefully get on the end of it, and delighted for Mo to obviously get his head on it and to put it in, but you know, we're just delighted to contribute, and defensively I think we were very solid today as well.
More than 3 points, psychologically, what's this worth, Trent?
Yeah, obviously we're on a good run of form, obviously still unbeaten, which is what we want to do. We want to keep picking up the 3 points. We know at home we've got the advantage with the fans and that, so every time we're here we want to pick up the 3 points and feel as though we should. So for us it's about keeping that momentum up. It's not about how other teams feel and what we're doing. We're just focused on ourselves and picking up as many points as possible, because obviously we picked up a lot of points last season and it's still weren't enough, so we know that we're going to have to get in and around the same kind of numbers to hopefully come away with a bit of silverware, but it's still early doors and we know that we've still got a long way to go.
Is that the key, keeping perspective of when there's victories, even though it's a terrific victory.
Yeah, of course. You know, last year, especially near the back end of the season, both us and Man City just weren't dropping points, and we just kept on winning. That's why the points tally was so high. And you know, we believe that if we keep going like that, then you know, if we keep getting 97 points one year, we're going to win the league. So you know, hopefully, if we just keep going, we need to keep game by game. And you know, as boring as it is, and you know, fans probably want to hear something different, but that's exactly what we have to do. It worked well for us last year, and it's worked well for us so far this year. So it's perspective. You're right. We've beat Man City at home, and it's a big result for us. But you know, we still need to keep going after the international break. It's the toughest period over Christmas, and you know, then we'll see where we are after that busy period.
A comprehensive 90-minute goal zone is coming your way. Arlo and Graham are heading to our pitch-side desk as we speak to await more players and managers. And after that offside toenail of John Lundstrom in the Spurs-Sheffield United game yesterday, we will discuss VAR.
We can, and Andrew Robertson got here before us. Absolutely extraordinary.
So quick.
Andrew, what a performance today. What a result for your side. What's the mood that you've just left in the dressing room?
Yeah, one of delight. You know, going into an international break, you always want to win because you know you've got 2 weeks away from each other. So you know it's massive for us, and you know, big confidence booster and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, unfortunately, it's only 3 points, and it's good always to beat your rivals. We didn't manage it last season, and I think that was probably the deciding factor in the Premier League last season. So it's good to always get 3 points against Man City.
I was fascinated by how you hit the ground running after the summer break. You know, obviously disappointing that you got so close and played almost the perfect season last year. What was the mood like when you first came back? Because you've been absolutely incredible as a team since the start of the season.
Well, it's obviously easy to say, but I think we were all on high because of the Champions League winning it. But, you know, if we never had that, it might have been tougher, you know, going so close in the Premier League and turning in and week out and just seeing Man City not dropping any points and then getting beat by a point. But luckily we had, you know, the biggest final of our lives coming up and we managed to win a trophy. So I think everyone just bounced back into Melwood really and just wanted the season to get started because the Champions League is massive, but we know how big the Premier League is to the fans in here and the fans around the world. So that's one that we want to produce, and we're still a long way off, but we're heading in the right direction.
It was a pivotal moment in the first half at 0-0. What was your view of the Trent Alexander-Arnold potential handball? Was it a heart-in-the-mouth moment?
I honestly never seen it. I seen Bernardo Silva and Aguero shouting for it, but you know, you just never know with VAR. I never celebrated Fabinho's goal because, you know, I just expect every goal to be checked and things like that. So I ended up just going over and getting a drink of water. And, you know, it's, you know, that's only the downfall. Well, there's a lot of downfalls with VAR just now, but the biggest one is you can't, you know, back in the day you could just celebrate a goal and you knew it was a goal, but now we wait for checks and stuff and I wait to see it back. But I think Trent, you know, I just done an interview with him and he said it hit his hand, but I think it might be hit Bernardo Silva's first or something like that. So that was our view on it, and then, you know, luckily we were just glad that the goal got given.
Obviously, the way you play together, very rarely do you see fullbacks switching the ball to each other. I saw you two celebrating after the cross, your lovely cross in for the second goal. That's something clearly you're working on as a team. Is it particular against Manchester City, or do you always see that if you can execute that cross-field pass, you leave that side open to attack?
Well, I think especially, you know, Trent, I think his range of passing's been highlighted by probably everyone around the world, and, you know, he can hit the 60-yard diag and he can hit the, you know, the crosses in the box. So, you know, his vision's incredible, and, you know, with his left foot, I certainly wouldn't have been trying that on my right, but, you know, luckily he found me, and I just thought if I could get a good touch, then I knew Bobby and Mo would be sprinting, and luckily I managed to find my man, and 2-0. But yeah, Trent ran to me straight away, and it is something we work on because, you know, sometimes we get left alone in their space, and, you know, if you miss out the whole field, and it takes them a wee bit of while to get over the other side, and we believe that we've got the speed to capitalise before they can get set.
Andrew, great journey for you here at Liverpool. We remember you closing down against Manchester City when you ran all the way from this corner all the way over there to the opposite corner. That was the moment, I think, that the Kop and everyone here accepted you into their hearts. Congratulations on a great performance today.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the international break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Robertson, Rebecca, back to you.
Thank you.
Arlo Graham, thank you. Great stuff. Coming up for you in our extended goal zone. More post-match reaction from Anfield at our pitch-side desk. We're hoping for that man, Jurgen Klopp. Let's hope this time he doesn't swear. Plus, we'll have a full breakdown of all of today's action across the Premier League. It's coming your way in just a moment. Do not even think about changing channel. Presented by Toyota, Liverpool have an 8-point lead now at the top of the table, which is the joint second biggest lead through 12 matches in the history of the Premier League. Let's show you the highlights then from the game at Anfield. It was quite some game. 6 minutes on the clock is all it took until we had some controversy.
and a potential handball here. And, you know, at this point, you do blame some of the City players because you know it's going to get checked. And if it's not called right away, maybe they could have stopped that counterattack. But this is just, at this point, so good for Mane. Just freezes up right there. And they also have a chance to clear the ball again. And it just falls right to Fabinho. And what a strike that is. Let's get a look at that again. It's just the technique. You can see his plant foot's even past the ball, just drives right through it, catches it so sweetly. But they continue with the referee because of this. And listen, I think this is a penalty. Many might think it's a penalty, but if a few people don't, and Robbie sitting next to me, he doesn't, it's just not a clear and obvious situation that VAR should stand in and reverse it. And so Manchester City had to get on with the game, and it was Liverpool with an incredible crossfield pass first to Robertson and Robertson's ball. And here's a look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the guys were just talking with Robertson, and you know, he mentioned how hard it can be playing that position sometimes with how much space they have to handle, but they also have to create an attacking third, and he does there.
3-0 up on 51, Rob.
And more quality. Jordan Henderson this time, some of the crossing. I mean, it's a brilliant ball in again. Sadio Mane here. Kyle Walker, question marks. That's twice now that City fullbacks have been caught out at the back post for headers of Liverpool players. There's everything right there, Sadio Mane, to squeeze it in. And, of course, you knew there was going to be a late charge from Manchester City. And, again, another lovely finish. I mean, lots of quality in front of the goal. I mean, that's not an easy strike from there to control it, to spin it into that corner, that amount of accuracy. And a ball that's got a little bit of pace on it. No offside problem there. And Angelino is with the ball in. That's a really nice finish. But no, couldn't come back after that.
They couldn't, and Pep Guardiola's men are 9 points off top spot after 12 games. Their next 6 matches look like this. When we come back from the international break, they host Chelsea. They go to Newcastle, then they go to Burnley. It's a Manchester derby for them in early December, with Arsenal away on the 15th and Leicester at home just before Christmas.